wanted to talk to you today about some different shit. I could go into like the whole long story of it, but I think I'll save that for another day. I kind of just wanted to give you guys a baseline of why Sirah has been talking different shit on the internet. And I'm going to tell you one of the most miraculous stories of my life. I went and spoke in every state, and I've spoken all around the world. I did, life coaching and was a mental health professional for a very, very long time. And I've had a very, very interesting life, I've had a very dynamic life, and a lot of people have heard about it across the world. But this story that I'm about to tell is even more insane for me than anything I've ever said before. So I woke up last year and I was told in my head that the world was gonna end as we knew it in 2020, and that I had to go and find all the light bearers and help facilitate their light. That I was here to help ascend the planet from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. Now, being a mental health professional, I was like, okay, bitch, clearly you have lost the plot, and I'm gonna get you some help. However, I just need you to wrap up some bags. We gotta finish these wrap projects. We gotta get this shit done. You just need to keep this to yourself for a moment, and just don't seem too weird, okay? Can't really trust you, but I'm gonna get you to a doctor when we're done here. But that's not what happened. What happened was I started to know everything. Like, girls in my life, I was like, wait, who's this dude you're dating? And his father was an alcoholic, and what's going on with the weird thing he gave you across the board? And what's up with the and everyone's like, Sai, what's going on? Now, I've always been psychic to a certain extent, and when I was younger, I was definitely a medium. I saw people that had passed on and things like that, but never to this level, right? So I was like, oh shit, maybe my psychic, I don't know. I thought I was having a mental breakdown, but suddenly I know everything about the man at the gym by way of his dead roommate David, and I don't know how to explain that in a logical sense, right? How the fuck do I know about this dude and his daughter and whatever? There were so many different things that started to happen. And so, meanwhile, I was trying to deny the whole ascend the planet portion, and I was kind of just enjoying the whole knowing a lot about a lot of different things thing, right? I was like, okay, well, this is kind of cute, little Harry Potter energy. What's up, daddy? Well, that still kept expanding, and I started really directly channeling all of this information about what we were doing here and what the point was, and that the ascension into heaven that the Bible outlines was actually a consciousness thing, that we could ascend into heaven while on the planet as we raised our vibrational frequency. I was also told that we've been systematically oppressed for lifetimes, and that now was the time to change all of that. And I don't want to go too deep into those things because it's not time for it. And it's also not something that could potentially keep me safe. So I'm going to keep that to myself. But I also want you guys to think for yourselves and start to connect some of the bizarre dots. Now, there was a lot of people in my life that thought I was having a mental breakdown. And the hardest part about that was I actually knew that they thought that. I could feel it. I could hear it. I didn't know how powerful energy was before. Like before this, I was like, yes, energy, hashtag Instagram quotes. Yes, don't kill my vibe, whatever. Well, no, once I turned into this thing, I was like, bro, you need to stop thinking about me like that. I want to beat you up. This is hurting me. And so I had to start changing the way I talked to myself, and I had to start changing the way I thought about you and the things that I said about you and the ways in which I interacted with you. And I lost a lot of people in my life by way of this thing that happened to me. But I gained the most incredible person I've ever met, and it was me. And I fell in love with me. And even though I didn't know what was happening to me or why or how to really navigate it, because I was like, I really wanted to be a daughter at a pool party, and this is definitely not the vibe, bro. Like, I can't even meet, I can't interact with certain people because it hurts me. Like, there were so many strange things that happened as a direct result of this bizarre thing happening in my life. And also people's fear for me started to bleed onto me. But thankfully, I want to shout out my publishing company, Pulse, because I adore them. They've been with me for a very long time. We've been together. I grew up with them, basically. And I had to go to them and I had to say, yo, I don't know what's happening to me. but I have to find out what this thing is because I was told that I'm supposed to help save the planet with my friends. And I don't know what's happening, but I have to find out. And so I got in my Toyota and I drove across the country and I started to find these different teachers and these different ideas and these different concepts. And I also started to find a bunch of teachers that were real assholes, and they were like, you do everything wrong and you don't know what you're doing. And what I started to realize is that the ascension people are different than the people that have been here before us. Ascension people have different gifts, and it's all of them at the same time, and none of them really make sense, and it's all backwards, and it's all different, and it's all just the new thing. And I started to learn how to really intensify my meditation. I started to really learn how to connect with myself, how to ground myself. And one of the things that was very crucial, because I became so sensitive to energy and I almost became like a vacuum, because I'm a healer, because I literally heal people with my hands. I heal people through their dreams. I'm purging people of their pain, but I'm also absorbing everything, and it's a little too much, and I can hear everything and it's a little too much. So I had to start working on shielding my aura, and that's what I'm here to talk to you guys about today. You know, I've been channeling what's important for you guys as time moves on. When I kept saying a few months ago to drink 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C, I kept saying, I'm not a doctor, I don't want you to get sick, but this is what I'm doing. Well, the reason for that is because it's the only thing that's been proven to treat corona, right? I didn't know what it was for. I just knew that it was important, and I knew I was doing it. And that's kind of how this journey has unfolded for me. Half the time I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just being told different things, and I just know them to be the truth. The only reason I know that is because I was a very logical, linear person prior to this happening to me. And I was like, you know, I'm a mental health professional. I was a mental health professional. So I'm thinking, this is fucking crazy. We've got to get her committed. But I'm also thinking, how is all this stuff coming true? And how do I know these things? And there's no way to explain all of that unless all of it's true. And it's not to say that I haven't gotten things somewhat wrong at times in terms of translation, because I'm translating things that don't make sense. It's not like someone, you know, sometimes I'm directly channeled through and it's very clear and it's very much an instruction manual. And sometimes I'm just piecing together one big escape room that makes you feel crazy, like you're in a beautiful mind. But I want to talk to you guys today about how to protect your aura, because that's the next information that's crucial. There are a lot of things going on right now that I'm not at liberty to discuss, but I would very much recommend protecting your aura. And I would also recommend getting an EMF blocker. And I would also say vitamin C, vitamin D, and CoQ10. CoQ10 kills free radicals. Any vitamin that kills free radicals, and there's a lot of them. I take a ton of vitamins, but it's very important to do that at a time like this. So how you keep your aura protected is by way of doing what I'm about to do, and you should continue to Google it and go watch everyone else, because I just, you know, I'm just one little guy that's a rapper. Maybe. So I want you to close your eyes. I want you to breathe in through your nose and breathe out. And as you breathe out, I want you to feel this energy that's tingling around your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Do that a few more times. Feel the energy building around you. As you continue to do it, push the energy a little further from your physical body. Push it with your breath. Now, as you do that, and you should do that a lot more times than I'm guiding you to do when you do it alone, I want you to hold your breath in between. So breathe in, breathe out, hold. You will start to feel that tingling moving around the entirety of your body. I want you to break up the breaths longer and longer until you see the golden shield around you solidifying. Start to see that golden white light swirling and solidifying around you like an outer shell. So you can do that throughout your day whenever you need to. The other thing I would say is that it's very, very important to continue to do that until you feel like you are completely protected at all times. There's technology out there that's trying to cut into us, and it's creating cancer, it's creating cell degeneration, it's creating mental illness. All of those things are being created by certain technology that we have living around us right now. A lot of what I've said sounds very spiritual in nature, and although it kind of is, it's actually way more scientific. There are a lot of things going on. Quantum physics, quantum mechanics, all of those things prove ties to the spiritual realm of what I'm talking about. But more so, it's just very important to start to see your body as an energy system, because that's what it is. We are electromagnetic currents that hit to neurotransmitters that define our existence. We are a series of choices, a series of decisions, and a series of stories that we tell ourselves. And we are capable of far, far more than we've ever been before. But it's only through creating an operating system inside of our bodies that connects our higher self to our energy field, to our bodies, to what we eat. All of those things are important. And moving forward, I know I've told you guys not to watch the news or buy into any of those things, and that is very important, because any ways in which we lower our vibrational frequency leaves us susceptible to illness. However, we also get to choose how we operate, how we move, and what decisions we want to make for our own lives. That's why, I was living in a train station, and yet me and Skrillex still won a Grammy. Every single thing I've ever gotten in my life is because I manifested it on a list. And that's how it happened, because I made a decision, And so now I'm asking you to make a decision to be well, to make a decision to keep your vibrational frequency high, to make a decision to protect yourself, to make a decision to start to put pieces together and decide for yourself the truth about what's going on in our world. Right now, the walls of reality are closing in on us. I see that as a great thing. The reason for that is because we've been living in a disillusioned world with a lot of shackles on that we are completely unaware of. However, what's happening now is that the systems are falling and the infrastructures are falling, and we're starting to get connected to our humanity, to our consciousness, to ourselves. People are being forced inside. What are you going to do? You're going to read, you're going to meditate, you're going to make art, or you're going to lose your mind, right? Or you could do both and be a baby Sai. Hi. But I really ask all of you to join energy now, and join energy with me, join energy with your fellows, join energy with the things that make you happy. Choose joy. Don't be around anything draining. Don't watch anything draining. Don't feed yourself anything draining. Our job at a time like this is to really tie our energy together and to continue to envision healing on the planet, not only for ourselves, but for our whole world. And as a direct result of doing that, we will heal the planet. The people that we're waiting on to fix this is us. That's what I'm here to say. And so I love you guys. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, but thanks for also allowing me to be myself. And I hope that by way of me setting myself free, as I've done this past year, I know that in my own life, a lot of people have been set free to the truth of who they are. But I also know that we all have the ability to do that for each other. And it's really, really time to expose our truths and who we are and join in that. So I love you guys so much. I hope you have a great day. Happy spring break, aka quarantine, aka get that energy high, make a bunch of music and kill it. Love you. I'll be teaching more. I'll let you know what the next thing is that I'm supposed to do out here, but this is a big one. So I love you guys.